Okay, it's downy days. Hola, Picasso. How are you? Welcome back to my channel. I've done this like 10 times now because I really don't know how to start. But hey guys, what's up? What's good? Welcome back to my channel, our channel. A little teeny different. Just a little. I'm gonna be showing you how I take up my braids, right? It's a bit weird if you already know a lot about braids and extensions and all these stuff, but if you don't, then this might be a little bit interesting for you. My braids have been in for about 4 weeks now. Some might say that's long, some might say that's not long. Usually I keep my braids in for about 4 to 6 weeks, but anytime I go past 4 weeks, it's usually when I have just single braids, not just box braids. If it was just box braids, I would leave it in for about 6 weeks because it lasts a lot longer. But because my hair is natural and it's cornrows don't look too neat after like 2 weeks. 2-3 weeks, you should probably start gearing yourself up to take them out. It looks nice still somehow, probably at the bottom, because like I said, the bottom part doesn't really contain my hair. But the top part, which I'm going to show you, does come. You get what I mean? You can see it's a. I've got a line, I've got a mark. Oh my god! You can see it's a little bit, you know. You can see all my roots and everything. This is just hanging on to the dear life. Can you see? Can you see? It's literally holding on to one string of life. All of them. They're like, please, can you let me go? Can you let me go? What you're gonna need is a scissors and a comb of some sort. Some people like using their fingers alone, but it depends on. See, every time I turn here, you can see the last string that this thing is holding on to. You know, it's just gonna pretend we don't see that till it comes out. When you're braiding your hair, it's extensions that is incorporated with your natural hair. As everyone's always asking, oh, did you dye your hair blonde? No, I didn't dye my hair blonde. I just use a blonde extension and it's pleated with my hair. And because it's blonde, you can kind of tell where my hair stops, right? I'm gonna move a bit closer so you can see. Right, where do I do this now? Right, I'll use this back part. So if you can see, my hair is kind of trailing down the way. You can kind of see where it stops, hopefully, if this is not too overexposed. Okay, I think you can see it. So you can see this is at the bottom part is like pure blondish. It's just pure blonde. And at the top part, it's got a little bit of black in it because that's my hair. So first thing I do is to cut it because nobody has time to be unpleating from the roots when there's no hair. My natural hair isn't at risk. So I'm just gonna, if I find my scissors again, oh, it's here. As you can see, the black part runs and stops at a certain point. So usually that's where you cut, but you try and go a little bit down, just a couple more pleats down, so you're not cutting your hair. Unless you want to cut your hair, then you can cut it where your hair stops, because there are little stringly strands around that might not show through, but so the majority shows through, and then over here starts to fade away. But if you look closely, in real life, you can still see a strand or two just lingering around the bottom. So I'm just gonna cut it so my hair is visible up until here. It's visible up until here. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm gonna cut it about down here, just a little downwards. You can go further down if you want to be extra safe, but I like putting it just a little down because I don't really have time for that, and then I can cut it. So then I know like my hair isn't at risk of, my natural hair isn't at risk of being cut, so I'm just gonna cut it off. Oh, this is on my bed. Damn Lola. I'm gonna have to use a scarf or something. I'm gonna repeat the same step for this one. Usually repeat the same step for the whole head. It's easier if you get someone to cut it for you because they can see clearly where your hair stops at the back, because you can't. But there's not always going to be someone there to cut it for you. So if you're cutting in yourself, cutting the whole head yourself, then you just make sure you cut it at a very safe point. So if your hair stops about here, you make sure you cut it about here so you know you're quite safe. Don't cut it too close because you're not too sure, unless, like I said, you want to cut your hair. You can carry on. But so this one stops a little bit up here, but I'm going to cut it down here because I can still see a little bit strands on. So I'm going to cut it down here, which is slightly shorter or the same length as the other ones. I'm just going to cut the same thing. It'll be the same, so you repeat the same step for each strand, but obviously you're not going to go strand by strand. You know, you want to save time, you're trying to be efficient, so you're going to go in bulk. I'm going to take like the first 3 from this side. It's quite clear, I don't know if it is, but it's quite clear where the hair stops, I think. I'm just going to quickly examine them individually and see if they all roughly stop at the same place, which I think so. But usually I just take the longest hair, so it looks like this one, because it's closer, it looks like this one stops the longest and the rest just stops right above it. So I'm just going to use this as what's it called, a reference point for the rest of them, because they shouldn't be as long as this one. Generally, if your hair is going to be in a protective style, especially cornrows, for about a week or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 if you wish, it's going to be dry. It's going to be very, very dry and brittle. Your hair, our hair, afro hair, especially type 4 hair, needs a lots of moisture. So if you're depriving it for moisture for over 3 to 7 days, then it's considered quite dry, especially if you live in a cold environment like I do in Scotland. I live up north in Scotland. It's quite cold, the air is quite dry. So after a week, my scalp is already dry, and I'm not very good at moisturizing my hair when it's in cornrows. You really should, but basically my point is, if you're unraveling this, unravel it with care. Your hair is quite dry, you want to make sure that you are not tugging, and you're not pulling, and you're not snagging on your hair too much, because it's going to cause unnecessary breakage. So I'm getting to the top part now, where my hair is very dry. Like I said, it's not moisturized. So this is why I tend not to use a comb, because I feel like combs kind of snug at it a bit too much. I just like using my hands. You're gonna have a little buildup. What is buildup? So in the last 4 weeks, you're using products, your hair is catching onto air, your hair is catching onto water. So it's gonna have buildup at mostly at the roots of it, but you can kind of tell if you can see any white residue. So that is what buildup is. The longer you leave your hair, the more buildup you get. That's why I try not to leave mine over 4 weeks. You know, we're not gonna plug out the hair because she's precious. You have to be very careful, if not it's gonna pull off that last strand is coming on, and I'm trying to save every strand possible. So as you can see, this buildup is a lot of buildup, a lot of buildup. If your hair doesn't look like this when you're taking your hair out, are you really taking out your hair? So I've taken out everything, as you can tell. I'm tired, as you can tell, but you know, this is what we do. You just gotta do what you gotta do. So you can see there's a lot of buildup. It's a lot of dirt. A lot, as you can see. It's a lot. Because my hair hasn't been washed for the last over a month now, as you can tell, I would actually recommend not using the sulfate-free one, so it can strip your hair of every, you know, dirt and every gunk and every buildup that's in it. I'm gonna be using the Shea Moisture one, and this is the Jamaican black castor oil line. I usually, if I'm not using a mask, I usually just spray my roots with apple cider vinegar and water, because apple cider vinegar helps to take out the buildup in my hair. I find it just slips it out, it just slips out. So the fact that this one has apple cider vinegar in it, I love it, and the shea butter helps to not dry up my hair too much, and the peppermint just, you know, kind of cleanses it deeply. Because my hair is dry and brittle, and it's a very, you know, sensitive state at the moment, I'm not going to go on the shampoo straight away, because I'm trying to, you know, save some length. So I'm gonna use this overnight. I'm gonna use this mask overnight, and then tomorrow morning when I wake up, I'm gonna shampoo it and just rinse everything out. See these curls? Can you see this curl? Oh my god. Put it over it, right? Because the more body heat that, you know, can generate on your scalp, on your head in general, the better for it to penetrate each strand. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this around again. So just trying to make sure there's no leakage. I'm just gonna put that over my head. But literally everything is just cooking up. Wow. Yeah. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't know when, but I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah. Secret, you know my one. Swagger, my lover. Yeah, yeah, yeah. For me, the Hennessy, for me, the Hennessy. Baby, get high with me, baby, get high with me. Come and quick on body, come and quick on body. Finna get lit right now, finna get loose right now. Get me love the way you wine panties, get me love the way you grind panties.
I haven't used it before, so we'll see how it goes. Ooh, guys, like I'm just opening it up right now. Like, look at this. I just opened it, and guys, can you see Shea Moisture? Scoop out that area because I don't know whose hair managed to get into my product.